I don't even know why I'm writing this. Maybe it's for closure. Maybe it's for the illusion of control over something that broke me without asking for permission. Or maybe, just maybe, if I put everything down in words, piece by piece, memory by memory, I can find the girl I was before him, before Noah Carter, before I loved someone who didn't love me back in the way I needed. It all started in the fall of 2018. I was 24, living in a shoebox apartment in Brooklyn with cracked walls and a leaking faucet that sounded like a heartbeat in the silence of 3 a.m. I was working as a barista at a cafe on Bedford Avenue, dreaming of becoming a writer and spending far too many nights on my rooftop with a journal and a bottle of cheap wine. I wasn't looking for love. I was looking for distraction. And he was exactly that. Noah came in one rainy Tuesday. He ordered a black coffee, no sugar, no cream. He wore a green hoodie, soaked at the shoulders, and he had this calm, almost melancholic energy. I noticed the tattoo on his hand first, 3 black birds flying off into the sky. He noticed me noticing. He smiled. I smiled. The kind of smile that sticks in the chest. That was it. The beginning. He kept coming back. Same coffee, same smile. He'd linger longer every time. Then one day he asked me my name. I said, Eliza. He said, that suits you, like a character in a sad poem. I laughed. He didn't. We started hanging out, first in public, walks around Prospect Park, late-night diners, bookstores, old record shops. Then in private, his apartment smelled like sandalwood and silence. We talked about everything, fears, regrets, dreams, his music. He played guitar, of course he did, my half-finished novel. He was the first person who made me feel like I wasn't too much, or not enough. Just enough. Exactly as I was. And I fell. God, I fell hard. But Noah wasn't like other people. He was kind but distant, open but unknowable. Sometimes he would disappear for days. No texts, no calls. And when he'd come back, he'd say, I just needed air. I pretended to understand, but the truth is, I never did. I started adjusting myself around his silences, treating his absence like weather. You don't question rain, you just wait for it to pass. By early 2019, I had stopped seeing my friends. My journal entries had turned from dreams to questions, mostly about him. Why does he pull away when I get too close? Why doesn't he call me his girlfriend? Why does he flinch when I say I love him? I told him once in a whisper, like a secret, I think I'm falling for you. He didn't look at me, he just said, you shouldn't. But I did. I gave him everything. I gave him my mornings, my voice, my softness. I gave him the part of me I didn't know how to get back later. I cooked for him, waited for him, wrote poems about him. I learned to love his silence. That's how lonely I had become. And then, of course, there was her, Olivia. I found out about her on a Thursday night in May. He left his phone unlocked while he was showering. I wasn't looking for anything. I swear I wasn't. But the notification popped up. When are you coming over? I miss you. My chest collapsed. It felt like drowning while standing on land. I confronted him. He didn't lie. He didn't even try. He just said, it's complicated. I asked, are you in love with her? He said, I don't know. I asked, are you in love with me? He said, I don't think I know how to love anyone. That night, I walked home in the rain without my jacket. It was a stupid cinematic thing to do, but I didn't care. I wanted the cold to sting. I wanted the sky to match the chaos inside me. I didn't sleep that night, or the next. For weeks after, he kept texting. I'm sorry. I miss you. Can we talk? I wanted to hate him, but I couldn't. That's the worst part about heartbreak. It doesn't come with an off switch. I still loved him. Pathetically, painfully, entirely. I tried moving on, hooked up with someone else a month later. Some guy named Jared who smelled like cologne and always talked about crypto. He kissed me like a checklist. I cried after. He thought it was because I missed my ex. He wasn't wrong. I saw Noah again in September, by accident, at a bar in the East Village. He was with Olivia. I froze. He saw me. His face dropped. For a moment, he looked like he wanted to say something. I walked away. I cried in the bathroom for 20 minutes. It took me over a year to finally delete his number, 2 years to stop dreaming about him, 3 years to forgive myself for loving someone who couldn't love me back. But even now, today, in this moment, I sometimes find myself wondering what we could have been if he had just stayed. If he had just tried. My therapist once told me, you weren't asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person. I still go to Prospect Park sometimes. sit on that bench near the lake, write in my journal. And sometimes when the wind moves just right, I think I can still hear his laugh, still smell the ghost of sandalwood. And I remind myself, he was a lesson, not a forever. A beautiful, brutal, unforgettable lesson. And I survived. Even when it felt like I wouldn't. Even when every part of me screamed, he was the one. Even then, I survived.